everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is kind of the second part to our self-care series that we're putting on. And today what we really wanted to focus on is specific self-care strategies that either you or your student can use in those moments where, we really need to find good ways to relax, unwind, and reset to get ready to take on the rest of our obligations. So if you get the chance to listen to our previous video, it talks a little bit more in depth about what self-care is. It talks about the difference between self-care and coping skills. And it also talks about the importance of carving out time for self-care instead of just, trying to toss it into our routine whenever we can, and I want to stress that again here, that self-care is really something that we want to set aside time for, that we want to, mark on our calendars the same way that we would a class or a job or lunch with a friend, something like that. So I just wanted to give a brief little intro of, a reminder of self-care, and we are going to move on into some specific strategies that you can use at home. All right, so we are going to be talking a lot about art self-care strategies today. And I know that art can be, I think, a little bit hit or miss for some people, in terms of art can be really relaxing for some, and for others, maybe they feel like they're missing that artistic streak and it might, not really be their preferred strategy for self-care. But I wanted to go through a few really beneficial strategies that, if you do feel like art is something that can unwind you, can reset you, these could be a good option. So just starting off, I think that painting is an awesome option. It's, of course it's a little bit messy, but it really gives you the opportunity to create something really unique. And I think that a lot of times people are able to kind of manifest their emotions or what they're going through, into their art pieces, if that's something that, you decide to do. And I think that that's something very unique about art, is that you have that opportunity to kind of bring some of that realism into your art and continue to process things that are going on in your life while still, enjoying the benefits of just the therapeutic, cathartic relaxation of participating in art. And I think painting is a really good example of that. Other than that, going off of painting, any types of drawing. Also, for somebody like me, I personally am not a super artistic person, but something that I really like to do is coloring books. And especially they have, of course, kids coloring books where you can pick up anywhere, but they also have more adult coloring books now, where you can, kind of design more intricate pictures, more intricate designs. And the act of just sitting down and coloring in a piece of, art to your liking, I think can be really relaxing, very therapeutic. And they're readily available. You can download pages online. You can, go to the store and buy a coloring book if you want. And I love that there kind of is an emphasis right now on adult coloring books. I think that's really cool. And lastly, what I wanted to touch on that I think is really popular right now is digital arts. I think that, younger generations especially are getting more and more into, like photo editing, video editing, and even, using technology to draw and to make different art pieces. And I think that's a really good option that integrates, the self-care strategy of art while still, kind of using more modern, up-to-date means, on the computer, whether that's using Photoshop, or I know some people have like an Apple pen, where you can draw on your iPad or on your monitor, something like that. So those are all good options. And, the nice thing about digital art is that you don't have to have a lot of excess materials, right? It's all on your computer usually. So that can be a good option for some people too. But I just wanted to briefly go over some different forms of art that are all considered self-care strategies, and that I would highly encourage anybody who is looking to find their preferred self-care, to give it a try, even if you think that art is not for you. Like I said, there's a lot of different avenues that you can try and see if it really sticks for you. So those are a few art self-care strategies.
And another strategy is music, which is it's connected to art. When it comes to music, there are so many different types of music out there, some of in your favorites. So what it means by kind of doing the self-care when it comes to music is if you are feeling kind of like that overwhelming feeling and you just really want to just kind of relax and take that time for self-care, sometimes listening to like your favorite song or your favorite artist can kind of bring you back to like that calm state, that state of just relaxation. Um, and what's interesting about music is there's always those upbeat music and there's slow music. So really when it comes to the self-care aspects of this and using music, it also could be kind of like what mood are you in? Maybe you're kind of in a low mood, so you want to listen to something upbeat. Or reverse, if you're in such a like a high state of like excitement, you want to just kind of relax and be just having a long day. At the end of the day, kind of relaxing, you can listen to slow music. What a really good thing idea to do is with music is it can also be like if you great is if you even play an instrument. If you play the guitar or you play the piano or really any instrument, you can make drums up by like hitting the table, making beats. That's also a great way to just self-care if you're really interested in music. You can also listen to the music if you have to for taking care is like what was stated about, you know, doing arts and different arts, kind of combining those two can also be kind of helpful. And like you're listening to some music and you're focusing on your drawing or your painting, or you could be playing with Play-Doh, really doing anything like that. The music can kind of help with that, with your mood and just kind of relaxing. Even if it's like a happy song and upbeat. I know some people they when they listen to like really upbeat songs, it makes them really happy. Um, or even if they're feeling kind of low and they still want to listen to upbeat songs, like really music kind of speaks to what you're feeling and kind of what you want to express in that aspect. So it's a really great. Music is really great for self care because sometimes we kind of listen to music like in the car when we're driving somewhere or when we could drive somewhere, or listen to music for while we're studying for class. So really when it comes to the self-care for music is just to really sit and like listen to the music and listen to the lyrics, listen to the melody, kind of feel in your body where like what you're feeling. Maybe you're feeling like you want to dance. And so you're listening to the music and you're dancing in your room, or you're listening to the music and you're dancing with like your family. Really can kind of bring people together in that aspect as well for self-care. That is something that is self-caring for you, is to come together with other people. Um, what's also interesting about music is if you listen to a song that's kind of a slower song first and kind of and with the self-care see what you're feeling in that moment when you're listening to the music that is a little slower, and then but like right after that, instead of going to a next slow song, go to like an upbeat song and see where that, if there is even a change in your body with the upbeat versus the slow. There is no right or wrong answer to that. It's just also because when it comes to self-care, is to really focus in on you and how you're feeling and what you need to do for yourself. So kind of changing up the tempo of the songs that you're listening to might have you realize something about your body that or yourself that you're like, oh, like I really need more time to just do self-care, or really anything of like, oh, I really should be doing this, but like it's really okay that I'm doing my self-care. Cause I know right now we're all stuck at home. We either have homework or we're doing, or for parents, you guys are working, and it can get just that overwhelming feeling. So really kind of listening to music and going into your own space too can be really helpful. We want to also remind you that counseling is still available for students. at Puck and Puck Schools. And if you're interested in it, please contact for students like your teachers. I mean, parents can do that too, or just contact your administration office and they can give you more information about how to refer. And take care of yourself.